kick off another bowl game. We'll have two going December 30th on Friday afternoon. This game's at 3:30 Eastern on CBS. It's the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl between South Carolina and Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 2-point favorite here, over under 51.5. This game's in Jacksonville, Florida. Should get a really, really good crowd. I think it's sold out. South Carolina fans excited to be in a bowl in Florida, and Notre Dame fans will always travel well. But I don't know if some of the players are not as excited about this, because Notre Dame opt-outs. Drew Pine, their starting quarterback, hit the transfer portal. Their best player, tight end Michael Meyer, he opted out. Their best pass rusher is going to go to the NFL. He opted out. And Foskey, those are three major pieces. Are you going to get quarterback questions with Notre Dame? Their original starter, Tyler Buchner, he was practicing, he's recovering from injury. You also could go Steve Angeli. They've been sharing snaps at quarterback, but obviously the loss of Michael Meyer is huge. Then you go to South Carolina. Their opt-outs, their top two corners, Cam Smith and Darius Rush. Their safety, Devontae Reed, although he was bad this year, they're out. Defensive tackle, Zach Pickens. Their starting right tackle, who's really good, Dylan Wanham, he's out. Marshawn Lloyd, their best running back, he's out. Their running back / tight end, Jaheim Bell, arguably their best offensive player, he's out. Tight end, Austin Stogner, starting tight end, he's out. Josh Vann has suffered an injury. Their wide receiver, he's out. So, I mean, that's a lot of missing pieces. Yeah, Christian Beal-Smith, R.J. Roderick, another defensive back. So South Carolina did finish the season. They were the first team ever, I think, to beat two top 10 teams. They won as 23 and 14-point underdogs against Tennessee and Clemson. And Shane Bieber, for what it's worth, he's 4-0 against the spread with extra time to prepare, covering by 24 points per game. He has 4 outright wins as 3, 4, 13, and 17-point underdogs. Won them all. So we're unsure who's going to call plays for South Carolina. That's another thing. Their offensive coordinator's gone. So I played South Carolina plus 3.5. Another thing and Notre Dame's been bad as a favorite all year. Michael Myers a huge loss. The quarterback questions with Notre Dame. And South Carolina, by the way, is the best special teams in the country by far, and that has won them some games this year. Could win them this game. But I am now worried with all these opt-outs on the South Carolina defense, and the South Carolina defense is very bad against the run. Is Notre Dame just going to be able to line up here, hand it off, and run down their throats? And their South Carolina defense, 125th in line yards, 131st in passing down sack rate. That is not good against this Notre Dame offensive line. So I took 3.5 with South Carolina originally. This is the risk you take. This is when Meyer was opted. I knew Meyer was going to opt out, and Pine hit the transfer portal. But now you have this flood of South Carolina transfers. I'm tempted to come back for a little bit on Notre Dame, hopefully, and maybe this ends 3, because I am nowhere close to as confident in South Carolina. I just keep thinking that Notre Dame's going to come out here and just run down their throat all game. What are your thoughts here?
Exactly. We mentioned so many variables in this game with so many missing players, but what we did not mention, Stuck, was the Notre Dame offensive line and running backs. That is intact. That is stable. And that group dominated the second half of the schedule. Audric Estime came on strong at the end of the season. Logan Diggs was a consistent 15 to 20 carries per game. This Notre Dame ground attack can put it on you if you can't defend it. And South Carolina finished bottom 5 nationally in the trifecta of rush defense stats: rushing success rate, line yards, stuff rate. South Carolina doesn't have it. And now they're missing a ton of production on the defensive side of the ball. Notre Dame and the under are the look with the Irish ground game. The South Carolina lack of playmakers on the outside. This tip ball drill that Spencer Rattler has been able to run on offense is just not going to be there. That's how they won those underdog spots. So, yeah, I mean, I see 2.5 on the board. Probably see if I can catch a cheap money line. I think really what I would like is to see if Tyler Buchner is not healthy. He's called out. I get further South Carolina steam and a better money line number, when really it's just going to be handing the ball off. I don't think there's going to be any passing game from Notre Dame whatsoever.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I'm probably going to get off this. Maybe I'll take the money line and then hope for because I have 3.5 and hope that Notre Dame by 3. And sometimes in these bowl games, you might go for 2, one or 2. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up buying off because I just think that's what it's going to end up being. Notre Dame running the ball, and these South Carolina opt outs are big. And then, they're starting right tackles out now, your best running back, your tight ends. Their tight ends were so big. Gene Bell was one of, like, they would use him all over. Both their tight ends are out. Your right tackle, your star running back, you got receivers out. It's bad. So I have a lot of respect for Beamer, but this is going to be a lot to overcome.
It should be an under game too. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
surprised I've not seen the market go on the under unless, I mean, South Carolina is not going to give up huge explosive runs. And that's really not Notre Dame's game. Notre Dame is more about moving the chains with the run. So I would think the under would catch some market movement here leading up to the game.